Hi guys, it's Modesty. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with a makeup look, and it's this one right here. I got so many compliments on my previous videos with my makeup and how it's just like neutral and everything like that, and like the nude lips, because I haven't done nude lips in forever, and so many people liked it. I was like, I'm gonna do a tutorial on it. So I'm featuring, if you guys remember me talking about those liquid lipsticks, the really good ones I'm obsessed with, the Real Her ones. They also have eyeshadow palettes that I talked to you about, and this is the one, Do Your Squats. So I'm featuring this eyeshadow palette today, and then I also am featuring, where's the cap? And I will also be featuring one of our regular lipsticks instead of, so you guys saw the liquid lipsticks, now I'm showing you the regular lipsticks in the shade I Love Myself. I love the packaging once again, so just this nude right here. So I'm gonna be showing you that in the video as well as a new highlighter by Mercury 3 Cosmetics. They are all vegan. So yeah, I'm gonna, finish this up really quickly. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Modesty Jean, and I would love it if you would stick around and subscribe to my channel. And if you enjoy this makeup look, give it a thumbs up, and be sure to check out my links down below and everything like that. This company, they do make 20% of their profits to help benefit women, which is just amazing. Like, that's so cool. And I'm thinking about that because like the new year, the Women's March and everything like that, I just feel like it's really important. So I really appreciate that they do that. So be sure to check out their website. And other than that, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you just want to say hey, follow my social media. Right, I want to mention I have a vlog channel. I do have a link down below for you guys to check it out. So make sure you go subscribe to my vlog channel if you want to see more of me and my daily life, and the fact that I am just a mom who, never wears makeup or anything like that. So you can go check me out there. Anyways, so let's just get in the makeup look, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, so I'm starting off with my eyes today. So I'm going to conceal them just to prime for eyeshadow. That's just what I like to do. And I'm using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I've been liking this. I'm just going to take some face powder to set that with, just so that it primes for the eyeshadow a lot better and it doesn't give any gaps in the shadow, and it makes blending a lot easier. Alright, so for eyeshadow today, I am going in with the Real Her Playbook #2 shadow palette, and this is in the style Do Your Squats. This is what I used a couple videos ago where I got a ton of compliments on my neutral makeup look, and this is the palette, so I thought I'd do an actual tutorial because so many of you like that makeup look, and I have been loving this. It has been my go-to palette. It has a 9 shades, a really good mirror that you can do your makeup with, and they're all like warm neutrals, so they're definitely, right down my alley. And just like this row right here, it's like so pretty. It really reminds me of the Dark Matter thing from Milk Cosmetics. So I'm going to be using this today, and we will just dive in. I'm starting out with, before I use the palette, I'm super fair skinned, so I need to have one shade lighter than they have in here for a transition shade. So I'm going to take the shade Soft Brown from MAC, and this is my favorite blending brush. This is the E40 from Sigma. This has been like my ride or die brush for about 4 years now. And I am just going to blend it into my crease, and I'm going to bring it up and then down onto my lid. The best way to blend out shadow evenly is you want to do windshield wiper motions, and when you don't have as much product on your brush, then you want to do circular motions up, and then if you want to do a blown out smoky eye, then you can bring it down as well. So that is how I blend out my shadow, and you just blend out until you have no harsh lines and you can't tell where the color stops and the color ends. I'm going to go in with this super pretty like mocha brown shade. This is in the shade Beloved. I love like the names of everything, like all their lipsticks, and like Do Your Squats. I mean, come on, I'm all into fitness and stuff, so I thought that was hilarious. I am going to take the Morphe M411 and then the shade Beloved, and these are super pigmented, so I'm just slightly going to tap my brush in there just like that, and then knock off the excess. And then I'm gonna go right over top of soft brown, but I'm not going to drag it up as high, but I will drag it down. And I'm holding my brush all the way down here so that I am very light-handed and I have the most control and blending power. And then I'm going to be bringing it down onto the lid. So see, it just slightly deepen it up, so then knock off the excess just so there's about that much on there. Now, if you have eyes like mine, I have very round protruding eyes, so to find my exact crease, because like my crease moves, so when I close my eyes, if I don't want my crease to like be down here, when I close my eyes, what I do is I kind of tilt my head back and like relax my eyes, and this will show the highest point of my crease so that I never have that issue. So if you have eyes like mine, that's just a quick trick so that you don't deal with having your crease down here when you close your eyes. If you have eyes similar to mine, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you have almond shaped eyes, then you don't have that issue, but you know, mine, I do have that issue, so. We're just moving on down. I'm gonna be moving to the shade Dreams, which is a dark brown with a very red undertone. It's like a brick brown red. It's so pretty. And I'm going to take it on a smaller brush. I'm taking it on the Sigma E25, which is flat, but it's also, so it's flat and then it like fluffs out. So I'm gonna pick some up on here, really knock off the excess. And then I'm just going to bring it into lower, I'm gonna bring it a little bit lower into my crease. So first I'm starting out with my brush being horizontal when I place the color, but then when I want to blend it out, I'm gonna flip it so it's vertical and then blend. Now, when I want to blow that color out a little bit, then I'm going to go back to my E35, my M441, excuse me. This is just like the E35 from Sigma, but the M441. And I'm going to then blend even further. So when you're blending, you always start with a smaller brush and you work your way to the fluffiest brush to get the most blown out smoky eye look. Alright, I'm moving on to the lid. I'm going to be taking the shade Determined right here. I will be taking it with a E60. This is a large shader brush from Sigma, and I'm going to be spraying it with some nice Scandinavia. I would normally use my MAC 242, but I cannot find it right now, so I'm just going to dip into that shade Determined, and I'm just going to start pressing it onto the lid. Now we will be going over that with a lighter one because we want more dimension, but that is what it should look like for now. I'm going to be taking the other side of that shader brush and I'm going to be picking up some of this shade Strive right here. And I'm going to be spraying my brush again, and I'm going to be focusing. I'm kind of going to go over the lid, but I'm mainly be focusing on the center of the lid. Alright, so you can go back and just like touch up your crease, and we're going to clean this up right here. Alright, so for my liner today, I'm using the NYX Matte Liquid Liner, and then I'm going to be going with some mascara, which I will be using the Smashbox X-Ray Mascara. This is a deluxe size. It is my favorite mascara. I need to go get full size, but I'm not going to get one until I'm out of this. So I'm going to be doing these two things. Now you do not have to do wing eyeliner. I personally like to do, I like to do wing eyeliner, and I also like to do a thick wing because I have a lot of canvas, so I feel like I look kind of funky when I have a really thin line. So, yeah, I gotta fix that wing a little bit, which I'm just going to be taking some makeup remover to fix that, but I'm gonna go ahead and apply my mascara, and then we will be moving on. Alright, so we're going to be moving on to the face. So I'm going to be priming. I'm using my Scandinavia primer spray for the oil control. But then I'm going to be going in with the e.l.f. hydrating primer. I'm going with a matte foundation that I don't want to like totally look dry throughout the day. So I'm going to be using the e.l.f. hydrating primer so that kind of balances it out and it's a little bit more of a normal finish. I also apply primer anywhere that I put foundation. Some people just do their T-zone, but I am dry, so I'm applying it everywhere. For foundation today, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Foundation. It's supposed to be weightless, full coverage. I did do a first impressions on this, which I will link down below if you're curious, and I'm going to be applying it with my beauty blender. And I'm just gonna go in. It's a little, I think it's like half a shade too dark for me. But you know what, we will just roll with it. Now I'm not going to be dragging it all the way to my under eye just because I don't want there to be too much product underneath there, because I do go with a full coverage concealer. So I just don't want a bunch of product buildup because that will help reduce creasing. Make sure to always go on your ear too so that you don't have any, because people worry about the foundation lines here, but I've gotten a lot of people with foundation lines like right there. So I always go over my ear as well as down my neck. Foundation does dry quickly, so I'm moving a little bit faster, and I do keep going over it just to make sure. Alright, for for concealer, I will be going with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm in the shade Vanilla. And I will be spraying my brush with my Scandinavia spray before blending it in. And that's just going to help make it look a little bit more natural and, you know, less cakey. RCMA. But I'm going to be putting in the lid of my Airspun powder. And I'm going to be baking underneath using my beauty blender. And while that is sitting there, I'm going to be moving on to my brows. Alright, for my brows today, I'm going in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz. This is in the shade Medium Brown. My brows are just horrendous. I haven't gotten them done in forever. For my brows, I outline them with the pencil, and then generally I'll go in with the powder to fill them in. So now I'm going to be taking a wax pencil. This one that I have is from Sigma. Any wax pencil, NYX has them, they're everywhere. And I'm just going to go over my brows, and this will give something for the powder to cling to. For powder today, I'm going with my Inspire, so it's INSPR, so Inspire Brow Duo, and this is in dark brown, even though it's technically like a medium brown. I will then be taking an small angle E65 from Sigma, and I'll be going with the lighter shade on the inner part and the tail, and then on my arch I'm going with the darker shade. Ooh, that's a fierce brow today. And then one more time with the spoolie, I will blend all of that out and shape my brows. Alright, so moving on, I will dust off the powder. This is the Powder Sweep, the F06 from Sigma. And I will just dust away that bake that we had there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my large powder brush from Sigma and all the leftover powder and just going to set the rest of my face just lightly. For contour today, I'm taking Bahama Mama. This is from The Balm. Just a little sample size I got from Ipsy, but I love this. And I'm going to be taking, this is by Crown Brush. This is their little contour brush, and I'm just going to be loading this up with powder. Okay, so moving on to blush. I want a really like peachy blush today, so I'm taking this Wet n Wild Ombre blush. Oh my gosh, and it is in the shade Mai Tai Buy a Drink. I will be taking my Morphe E4 and just patting it in there. I'll be dragging it back. It's so, I love this because it gives like a nice sheen. On top of that, it's not super in your face, so you can like build it up, and that way it's not, basically like when I want to wear blush but I don't want it to like look very much like blush. I love this one so much. It's so pretty. I will then be moving on to highlighter. I'm going to be doing 2 highlights today. One is a loose one. This is from Mercury 3. They just came out, so they do have like a golden, so all their, by the way, all their powders are loose. So they did have one that was for darker, deeper skin. It was a golden shade, but they have one that for lighter skin now, which I'm so excited about. And then I'm also going to go over top of it with something else. So I'm going to be picking up, this is the Morphe M510. This is like a more like intense highlight brush because it's more for like packing than it is for like a sweep. So I'm taking this and I'm just going to, because it is a loose powder, I'm going to spray this so that the powder can cling to it. And I'm going to start off with like what's in the lid. I'm going to swirl my brush. So pretty. Oh my gosh, I love this. Ooh, look at that highlight, you guys. I think I need a little bit of peach, so I'm gonna mix another highlight just because this has a lot of it. This has a pink undertone and my makeup has like a golden undertone. So I'm gonna add in a second highlighter to kind of balance it, but I will have a link down below, but this is super inexpensive too. I lower prices. I'm gonna have their Instagram link below as well. Okay, I'm gonna move on to my under eyes now. I'm going back into the Do Your Squats palette. All right, so taking a flat definer brush. This is the E15 from Sigma. Basically all makeup brush companies carry a brush like this. I'm going to take all 3 of these shades. I'm gonna start with the darker, and I'm gonna go, you know, lighter as I'm gonna be blending out. So with this brush, I'm going in with the shade Joy, which is just a deep mid to cool toned brown. And I'm going to be lining my lower lash line with it. I'm gonna be like stamping it. By the way, you can wear false lashes with this look. I'm taking a little bit of a break from false lashes just because I felt myself getting to the point where like I had to wear them and I don't want to be like that. So, yeah, I'm not wearing false lashes for this look, but you can wear them if you want. So, when I know with that, then I'm going to take the E36 from Morphe, which is a teeny tiny definition brush. I'm going to take the shade Dreams, which is like the reddish purplish brown. And I'm just going to go right over top of Joy with slight blending. I'm going to go back and forth a little bit, but not too much because I don't want the under eye to be super, super dark. And then last but not least, I'm taking a regular pencil brush and I'm going in with the shade Beloved, the lighter brown. Knock off the excess. You just want a teeny tiny bit on there. And I'm going to wiggle back and forth. By the way, when I'm blending, like I start out like right at the lashes and like I wiggle down. But it's like ever so slightly that you can't really tell, but I can feel it. The final step for the under eye. The final step for the under eye, I'm taking the M562, which is a teeny tiny fluffy brush, and I'm going to take the shade Admire, which is just a skin tone, and I'm going to go with no, like, I'm just going to wiggle, like, I don't even care if I'm being sloppy about it. It's just to lighten it up a little bit and make it a little bit more, you know, blown out. For the lips, I'm using this NYX lip liner in the shade Natural. It's just, I'm gonna clean my lips off a little bit. It's just basically like a skin tone. Then I'm gonna go in with my new my new favorite nude lipstick. That was too many N's. And this is by Real Heart as well, so the same people who do the eyeshadow and the liquid lipsticks I talked about, which I'll also link that video down below as well. But this is in the shade I Love Myself. I love all the names of their shades because it's all about like empowering yourself. So this is a really pretty peachy pink nude. And then that is it, you guys. So I'm finally just gonna spray my face down with my primer spray because I'm out of setting spray, and then I'm going in with the Glow Mist. So I'm gonna be spraying my face and I'm gonna go do my hair really fast, and that will be it.